Sorry, a bit late today. I had an important meeting just went on with it, but I had to leave it. So sorry about a minute late, but yeah, probably not what's going on. No, just caught up. Sorry about that. I had to drag myself away for this for you guys anyway. Good morning. Yeah, so about like I mentioned, couldn't be helped. The first few selling points where. Okay, it should be sent out just now. One sent a bit earlier, but of course that in the meeting. But anyway, it should be sent out just now. I'm going to be honest here, I want to get out a bit earlier. I'm at the 1852 mark, but there were too busy doing other stuff to get out. But we can still chase it now at 1850 if you like the look of it. As I say, the busy head office meeting out to I think everyone on this one. If we come any more trading room, we like them, they'll be sent out to the VIP group only. And of course, anyone in the trading room has access will be able to take it if they have enough money, free margin, and want to take it. So because my, to be honest, my original 1852, but still, I think the trade will be sent out. What we got it down here for at 1860. So we may or may not got it, but that is just, it was a better trade, obviously a better risk reward at a couple of dollars lower. Heading at this, it might get higher, but I thought that's a safe 2p to start off with. Okay, so putting it together, the DXY is in front of me on the other screen. That's coming off a bit, which is positive for gold. It's come off quite a bit. Technically speaking, this is holding. So there are the figures if you want it. Okay, you should receive any time now anyway, but if you like it, there you are. Sort of go straight into that, going to the hello high. A lot of time we wasted this morning with that. We should be trying to send that earlier, but anyway, want to move it so to see if we can get this. Well, let's just do this one, Temby. I'll write it down. Let's just do this one first. Make sure, because this is a getting in now, John. But thanks for the reminder. But yeah. Right, so if you want to do it, there you are. So the trade's going to be sent out. The risk reward at 1860, by the way. It might drop back a bit. Let's look at the, just make it a bit clearer. There we are. So the 4 hour, you might get breakthrough. You might get a couple of dollar better price. Obviously, I can't tell you that. Nobody will know that. But yeah, if you want to, you can. It's up to you. What do you think? I know you're just settling down, looking it up, checking it out. I'll give you a few moments. Likes it. Morning, Dirk. Okay, so you it. Right, there you are. You got the figures. Check it out again in your mailbox. It should be coming through any time now. Okay, I hope you get it. Okay, you're going to wait a bit for you, but I hope you get it. If it does come through, just click just a quick figure, say trade ideas come through. We'll make sure you guys are getting it. Because obviously I've come up with the trades, but I don't actually post them. So and I'd like them a bit more time just on it. I don't want to start posting half an hour later. Sometimes you get, to be fair, some get a better price in the noise of jumping around. We'll see. Okay, right, there you are. I can move on now. As Temby mentioned there, you put up any ideas, or on something else, still put up. I'm going to write it down to go next on to look at, as per normal. Anyone new here, I don't think everyone knows this, but just in case, you can unmute and interact verbally. You can post in the chat line, the other guys have done. This is a forum. This is not a class like the Forex class or CFD class. We're there to teach you the basics. Here's a forum where we discuss, we try to find out trade ideas, where we try to go through strategies, make sure we're disciplined on it, look at economic fundamentals, and look at bits and pieces like that. If you don't pick up in the classes, you pick up here. I still say it's such a pity, such a small fractional percentage of our client base don't attend these free classes, which we're offering here, which means they're often sort of driving blind, which is, well, not doing themselves any favors. I personally think it's aimed for 2000, but we'll have a lot of noise before getting there. It might have another attack at 1900. If it gets to 1890, it could attack 1900, depending again on CPIs coming out next week, what the dollar index does. Remember, it's inversely proportional to the dollar movement. So there's a few, there's a few movements in between. But overall, if you want to look like an equity basis on the long term, 1900, then 2000. But that could take a year, maybe longer, depending on the situation. But any fall off in this market, which everyone seems to be expecting on the analyst side, will see a gold, because that's such a fear factor. DXY, I know down DXY, people will plunge into gold. They're already nibbling at it now, because gold does remain the crisis. Remember, like I mentioned, the fiat currencies depreciate. That's why it takes more. So gold price is not $1,800. It's probably still $30 an ounce. It just needs more dollars to buy it, if you know what I'm saying, because that tends to hold its value. So people rather like that. As a hedge is nothing else. Okay, so yeah, to answer your question, 19, 950, 2000, probably higher down the line. Okay, because always currencies depreciate. In the case where they haven't, might be slower inflation, others, we all depreciate. Okay, where were we now? EUR/GBP. Come to yours in a minute, Gerard. Just do that one after. EUR/GBP, the range trade we talked about this morning. Sorry, Tembi. I mean, I'm still a bit nervous of it. I don't like yesterday's lack of follow through and indecision. I do like the fact the buyers came and it came off a bit, but it's just still be trying to break that short-term moving average on the magenta 10-day. It's just trying to move up and a few sales coming in. To me, I just don't feel at the stage where I still have. I'm waiting for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not giving up on it. I just think at the moment it seems to be more indecision and sideways on it rather than getting the follow through. And it's all psychology. When you get into it, you want to see it move in your direction. You want to see it up and down the tiny range going nowhere. Then you're going to get frustrated. And a lot of guys just don't have enough free money to go into other trades. I had a guy today, he asked me for a trade. I said, we've got gold in 52. And then he came back and said, oh, by the way, sorry, I can't do it. I haven't got enough money to go into another trade. I'm already in a couple. So, you know what I mean? You don't have enough free margin. He couldn't take it. And he would have gone in 1852 and he'd be smiling now. You get my point. So it's frustrating for people, not just lack of knowledge, but basically if you haven't got the funds. If you haven't, you haven't. Yes, a terminal problem worldwide. But yeah, as I say, I'm just scared to come back on point with this one. I'm just a little bit scared. We're not getting enough follow through for it to be confident enough to say, great idea, let's put the calculator up. That's my opinion. Tembi, if you want to do it, clearly it's yours. Tembi, if you want to do it and you want to see the calculator, I'll do it. Anyone wants to do it on their back? Absolutely, of course they can. I'm just giving as a host here, my particular take on it. Okay. And if you want to do an RR, well, Roger Gold figure is wrong. So we're leaving that for when we're going to go, because that's a potential trade. Right, we had the where do we have the stop? Let's just see quickly what we got on here. 1860. Just going to put this out of the way and put in the original one. Okay. 1860. 1844. And the other one was 1890. That was the original. Just going to minimize that from the other screen. Okay. Sorry, I'm missing. What's wrong with that? Got a risk reward. Oh, yeah. That's the micro.
That's all fine. It's basically on the signal that was sent out The TP was 11890.
Second, let's have a look now. Look at the signal. I think it's been posted on trading support. Back in 1860, TP. Oh, I see. Tsuchimi. They put 11,890. To answer your question here, I think I'll get there. Yeah, I think probably in about 40 years' time. There you are. So that's my prediction. If you want to do a long-term trade, now let's just cut the crap and I'll just point that out. Thanks, Pietro, by the way. Again, that's right now. We've got another meeting to go in, and that was obviously a typo. I get rushed sometimes, and sometimes a typo comes in. So 1890 is the correct one. At least you got it. That's the main thing. But anyway, you now know it's 1890. So if you're happy with it, there we are. Okay. Oh, GBP. Thank you, reminding me. It's 9 o'clock. Of course it is. Thank you. Too busy in meetings. Just check that out. Going on. What did you say? Remember, have to eat the fundies, the DXY, have them minimized so you can go through them quickly. So which I've just done then. Okay, right. Came out. Let's just see. The monthly was slightly lower than expected. The yearly was exactly the same, and the quarterly was exactly the same. So it's only the monthly slightly lower. Now, do you remember I keep talking about the pound? Sorry, the UK economy is not good. We're talking this country is trying to solve the problems, assume there's no population growth. We've got to start looking at 5% growth, like sort of areas get in China. This is what's supposed to be a first world country, and they've had absolutely zero growth. However, with immigrants coming in, with increasing population, which is worldwide, people living longer, etc., zero growth is like going backwards. So you're quite right, it's not pretty. Let's have a look at the pound on that basis. If you've got the gold, you're doing okay, so that's fine. Not this often go to the pound. We'll do the Euro GBP if we're talking anyway. That involves the pound. It should be some strength on that basis. Let's go to the 15-minute. Look at it, quick jump on the euro. No surprise there. Again, Farney. I'm sorry, I did promote you, Farney, as the captain of the Fundy Watchers. That's the second time I've forgotten about you, reminding me. And last time you rescued our arse in the trade, but I've forgotten about it. I'm busy looking at the trade without remembering a few minutes before, or a few minutes time rather, Fundy's come out. I think it was on the euro. So thanks for that once again. So I make you chief CEO of Fundy Watching. And so you can't take days off sick because I need you. Okay, Euro GBP. So yeah, that would force me a little bit more in a likely of a bounce. Let's put on the daily. Look at the Euro GBP. It's different. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I'm more inclined to think there's going to be some upside. I do see some pound weakness. The euro is not good, but it's not quite as bad as that. So yeah, I think there's more possibility from a fundamental basis. We get an RR down there before we put it up. Let's put it further down. I don't like it 30 bits. Maybe down here is fine. Below that candle, it hasn't been there since what date is this? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. So what? 10 days, you know, in 2 weeks, whatever. Ago, and what can we take it up to? We might not get it. We'll have to take it there if you want to take it. Let's see, get some more information. Can we do it to there? Once we take it there, we'll do it. We're going to like it more than that funded. Thanks, Ed. That's why this is a forum, guys. Remember that. It's not, I hate to admit it, I'm not all knowing, all seeing. And thanks very much. The guys are more experienced help me. A lot of our trades come out here, and it's our pooled knowledge. That's what it's about. Where are we now? There. TP, yeah. What's that say? 89.78. Yeah, you get the risk reward. I like it more. With those sort of figures, it's simply a bit delayed. You know, you can see the immediate bounce in the CPI or the NFX. and non-farms, you know. But I find even in oil sometimes inventories come out and a bit of a slow reaction comes in. To me, the only thing that worries me about that is they might start thinking, no, they won't. I can't see that now. Sorry, forget what I'm about to say there. Can't see that happening. I can't see they're going to suddenly bang up interest rates. That's going to slow down growth even more. Because remember, most people buy stuff over, you know, over £1,000 in our money or £2,000. They don't often pay cash; they pay it on tick. So the high interest rates, it means you can't sell the product. It's too high. I hope you all know what I mean by that. That's not the answer. Increasing. So to me, in theory, fundamentally, and we're back in the euro, and it's come back a bit. I think there could be some upside here. So I'll put the AUD in the meantime down. USD. You want to look at that one? You haven't sort of buy on GBP NZD. We'll look at that in a moment. And you're very good the fund is. Yeah, I would do. We looked this morning and we had to wait for GDP. It was a risk. You know, I had to put that up. If you want to take that risk, it's a chance. You'd have done well. If you'd gone the other way, you might have not. That we got to be aware of that. Can't say in hindsight, I should have done it. Even hindsight, we shouldn't have done it because that's a 50-50. No, it's a bear. Probably. When you get zero growth, that ain't pretty. When you over the last month, it's minus growth. It's actually contracted, not much, but the point's contracted. And you remember, you got an extra population living longer. You get the idea. And you've got enormous amount of social welfare there, which all comes from the taxpayer. Taxpayer study is retiring. They want social welfare. They want free medical aid. Everyone wants free. But it's a declining earning base, and the guys are doing well. They're paying more. They're being almost ostracized in society by being paid more and paying more tax. I'll come back to that in a minute, which is amazing. Really, I'll come back to that in a minute. But anyway, anyone want to do this trade? I'm more in favor of it at the moment. So let's just say, Tebby, hang on in there. Okay. Anyone to join Gerard so I can write it down? You better do it, Tembi, because it's your idea. Or I'll fine you 3 months at NGAS if you don't. Poor old NGAS, getting some stick here, eh? 88.68. Don't forget, ignore the last decimal point, don't worry about it. 89.78. And it's 130 bucks a micro. Okay, 130 bucks a micro, 500 or less, you can't do it. I think seriously, you should be looking at really around about 700-800 is squeezing maybe £1,000 or more in your account. Make sure if you're all got an open trade, you can't do it with enough free margin. That's what I say. If you can, try and get some more money in, because you get it based in this enormous amount of trade. I've been playing tricks for a while. I'll come back that in a minute. Okay, right. So can I take it off there? We're in. Okay. Okay, we'll move it along there. If you want it, there it is. I do quite like it. I'm going to send it just if they want to send it out, it's up to them. Save picture. Just get rid of the gold one. It will repeat it. Okay.
Sorry, Roger. Do anybody know what happened all of a sudden to the yen?
I'm sorry about that. Just give me a second. I'm just going to post this and I'll be right with you. Don't go away. Don't go away. Hold that thought. Got to get this, or I'll start sending typos. And I know I send a few, and I know Petra will come up and hit me over the head. So I've got to make sure to do the right. It should be quite right to my way through. Got to concentrate on this, not send bloody rubbish out. And typos, no excuse. Quite right. Thank you for pointing it out. I mean that. Roundabout complimentary. So that's a pommy roundabout compliment. What we're talking about a buy on this one. I'm going to sell it now. I'm talking about these typos. GBP. Minimize that. Sorry, the yen. We'll knock that off. We got it. Let's go back to the yen, and then I can focus on what you're saying. Okay, let's just make it a bit clearer. Okay, you're saying, sorry, Farnik, you're saying. No, you must do peer true. I'm laughing myself there. It's my roundabout way of trying to get you to do just what you do there, to see that and point it out. It's vital. I'm just taking the mickey out of myself there. Anyway, go on, Friday.
Okay, the yen, all of a sudden, if you go to 15-minute and even 10-minute time frame, you'll see the yen improved tremendously, and I don't know what's going on. It also happened against the euro as well as NZD, and I haven't seen any fundies on the yen as yet.
Okay, fair. Before I look at the NZD yen, I'm looking at dollar yen at the moment, and I'm not sure what the problem is. I can see the DXY went up. All right, it's only 15 minutes old, only 50, practically all that. Okay, it's 15 minutes old, and let's go back to the last couple of hours. It's come off from 103.40 to 103.17. So the DXY, sorry, the dollar index has come off. I mean, the dollar's weakened a bit. But why have we got such a move down there? I haven't seen anything. It's something maybe going on in Japan that I'm just not aware of. It hasn't come up on the fundies and it hasn't flashed across the screen. Often I've got a few things there I subscribe to whatever, and they flash across the screen. Nothing's flashed across the screen because it was doing, as you say, yesterday it came like 2 or 3 pips, and second time round from stop, then shot up again. So I hope the guys learned when it was up around there earlier on today, it's a 15-minute chart, to modify your stop. So if anybody should actually be out of that trade if you'd modified into profit, because after that scare yesterday, I'd assume you'd bunged it up into profit. Some guys got in at one about 130, 80, 90, some 113, 110. All were in a profit up there just now. In theory, they should have maybe bunged it up above their entry and been knocked out and either break even or a profit of some sort after yesterday's scare. So I'm assuming a lot of guys are still into this jumping around. Well, if you're still in, just hold on. Nothing you can do about that. You mentioned about the, let's try another one. Let's have another one. You mentioned about the NZD. If you see it, as you quite rightly say, don't just look at one, because then you can argue and say, oh, well, the dollar's weak, end of story. But you've got to look at the others. Now, the NZD ain't got a lot to do with the dollar. So look at that one. So clearly, it's not a lot to do with the dollar. It's to do with the yen, don't you? To be honest, I'm not going to try and make a scientific, fancy, multi-syllabic, showing a clever story to battle you with BS brattle brains and go straight to the plot. I don't know. But again, remember what Finey did there? He checked NZD JPY as well. Always do that. So now it's the yen's the problem. It's not the other currency reporting it. Very important.
Yes, and I even confirm it with the Aussie, also doing exactly the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's important. It should be common sense. We sometimes forget it. Yeah, very important. We'll try maybe Euro JPY. This sort of, where is it now? Where's the down there? You actually look at pound a moment, Euro JPY. You get the idea. Which means the pound, the euro is even stronger than the dollar because of a bigger movement. That tells you something as well. You know what I'm saying? Look at that, for instance. Look at the euro, which other trade should give it a bit of strength. Look at that. Look at the pound there. That's even so. The pound did its thing, and the pound's weakened. The euro, the Japanese yen is strengthened. See, the pound has weakened. Well, it would have done. The Japanese really stupid boy. It's right around. It's trying to swap between the base currency and the non-base. You're quite right. The NZD was the base. Here, the pound's the base. Beg your pardon. Yeah, that's correct. So the yen is suddenly strengthened. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but you're smiling. But again, Gerard, don't forget, guys, we'll pat you on the back, but you've got to differentiate and honest with yourself the difference in skill and luck. Some of the guy got lucky and they turn around and think what a bloody guru trader they are. Some got lucky. Other times, bad luck. They're a terrible trader. No. But next time you put on black and black comes up, you get the idea. That's like a 50-50 chance in well, it's not 50-50 because you still got the zero on the casino. It's slightly less than 50-50, but you know what I mean. Okay. So, yeah, well, any more, I don't know. But I'm looking at the pound. I think you can look at the pound sell on the clear. Why is that suddenly shot up? Oh, yeah, because the dollar's come off a bit. Okay. Does come off, should be good for our gold trade. That should be on the move. Yes, it is. Great stuff. Wish I could have got you in early this morning. You'd have been $14 up. What a pleasure. Okay, where are we now? Dollars come off a bit, but is there any chance here of getting some technical sell? Maybe get a bit higher up. You get back here, we've got a sell on our hands. That pound is looking, for me, from the figures that come out, very, very shaky. So without even looking at the chart, even a slight dollar weakness, I'm back even the dollar's got more resource than the pound anyway. It's a bigger effect. So I'd be back in the dollar over the pound. So on that basis, we're in the neutral zone between these two. I think it's a possibility of getting a sell in there. Maybe we can try and just let the dust settle for a bit with the hour one, the 15 again. Do you want to chase it here or do you want to wait a bit? Difficult for me to call. Can't really help you on that. I don't want to miss it. That's the problem. Because somebody get delayed movement. I wouldn't chase it. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant something else. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be aggressive and try and chase it now. I've got my WhatsApp on my other screen, but I've got the DXY in front of me. Maybe I should invest in the third screen. So I'll read this now. I'll get some WhatsApps coming through, but I'm concentrating on this one for the moment. I'll have a look at it. When I'm in a TR, don't send me a voice message. You can do it if you like. We won't listen to it until afterwards. Text I can, if I get a quiet moment, check the text out and sometimes hold up people if it's necessary. Okay, as I say, I got on my WhatsApp on my screen. So that's why I'm available unless I'm out. Never happened, Drew. Yeah, so you want to wait? Or do you want to be aggressive on this? Go to 15 a minute. Go to the 5. Do you want to be aggressive or do you want to wait? Even if you took it here, could have egg a stop. The stop blue white, so you probably take it here. It's going to be a 100 pip stop. Let's see if we can go take it down here. Just about squeeze it if you go there. Clearly will if you go there. But if you're going to go there, which is probably more prudent, it's going to be a just about squeeze it. Anyone want to be aggressive and do this thing? Maybe Gerard's feeling a bit sort of bit ramblish this morning. What about you, Gerard? Actually, it's not Rambo. Call James Bond. James Bond's even better because he's a gentleman. Okay, we'll leave it for a moment. Okay, right. Let's have a look at some of the stuff from GBP NZD. You went for it anyway. It's no problem. I'll give my advice. I said, watch out for the fundies. You went for it anyway, and it came off. But I couldn't advise you jump in just before a fundy. I mean, that would have been prudent on my part. That would have been wrong. So what do you want to do with this trade the range? Okay, can we still trade it? Still trade it a bit, you know. We're on the daily, that's right. Put it up here, maybe a bit tighter, maybe 80 pips. Take it down here. Certainly get the certainly get a risk reward. Now we've got the fundy out of the way. It's a range trade, as you can see. It's a bad idea. It's in the sell zone. Well, not quite, actually. Technically speaking, I haven't broken the 50 to be fair. Try the 4 hour, might get some. Try the 4 hour. Yeah, I might get a bit of noise there, a bit of noise there. I'm not to fixate too much on fundamental weakness, pound, but is looking pretty weak on the weekly. Trying to push through on there. I'm thinking more of the range trade than anything else. I'm going to like it more the funding out of the way. What do you think, guys? Just want to see if Jack is going to post that trade or not. No, we haven't mentioned anything on it. Somebody needs to link to trade. I'm sorry, guys. I'll send it again. Give me a moment. Okay, done. Just really trying to get more people to come here. Not just for their sake, for ours as well. It's so much admin time is taken up trying to explain basics that guys are trading without knowing. Okay, so quick exit really has come off, hasn't it? You all should have taken it. You should, you know, the guys at trade would have known what bloody hell it has as well. Right? The guys should have when they saw Ab last time, should be prudent enough to modify. Did anybody modify the stop loss in the dollar yen and actually come out break even a slight profit, which they should have done after the scare we had yesterday?
No, I missed it. The yen cost me a lot today.
Yeah, well, you know, it happened before, so I'm going to chuck up a bit of blame there. It happened before, and it jumped up, or hit the TP, and then it jumped up again, and it came off. Third, and it rescued you. That's a situation you should have said, oh, it's all right, get that stop above it. Even this morning, you had an opportunity. It only happened the last half an hour or so. So you should have quickly checked it and bunged your stop into profit. In theory, after all you learned in here, PR guys, you should have actually either broken even or made a couple of bucks on that one. Okay. The guys outside the TR, well, okay, they're in Darba, but the guys should have actually come out of jail on that one, all right. Anyway, right. So what's the story on this one now? Let the dust settle, and we might get another one out where we're going to try again. But I want to see the dust settle. We could get another bounce on this one, but we won't touch it now. Maybe on Monday. There you are, Pietro. There you are. Nice showing the guys up there again. Ladies showing again the guys up. Thank you, Pietro. Brilliant. You're on the ball. Right. So obviously something happened to the yen. Probably find out later on. The news doesn't come out as quickly as the institutes. They always get it first. Gold was doing all right. Should continue to be doing okay. Yes, it's doing nicely. EYGBP. A couple of guys took it, so we can check it. Haven't responded yet. The office whether they're going to send the trade out or not. It's a buy. It's come off a bit. So if wouldn't panic as yet, maybe just hovering around these areas here, but we'll see on that one. Right, going down to the other ones, Brent. You should have modified your stop loss on Brent to maybe 82. Some guys asked, should I? And I said 82 should be a stop. So you should have a revised stop at 82. Okay, so that should protect you. I know what price you got into, but our trading room price is 81.79, and that's another one that frustrates me. I say move it up to entry, and I'm assuming we got in the entry in the signal. The guy sort of looks at it and gets an 83.50 and puts it up there, and it means you get stopped out. You know what I mean? You've got to realize when I say up to entry, it's a signal entry. I don't know when you got in. Can't go to a couple of thousand people and see you and check it out and individually let them know. But it's up there in Derby to think on it a little bit. I feel that's one of the problems of the human race. They don't think too much, and you've got to do that. Yeah, so we'll see if we get some more upside. Could well do. Difficult to call. I think we'll do. Let's see. It's a bit inside at the moment. It's a bit difficult to call, but you should have it 82 now, so you should be protected. Let it run. If you're nervous, take it. It's up to you. But I think 82 is saved in. Let it relax. Okay, now we'll move on from that. 82 is the number. Let's see if we can get some more out of it. AUD UST, you went along, probably did you a bit of a favor because the dollar's come off quite a bit in the last hour or so. So in theory, yeah, it should be a little bit more upside. I'm not in favor of taking the trade, to be honest. The dollar is so skittish, it scares me. It's so pounded around by different takes. It's so like Eskom, it's so above the radar worldwide, different takes, different reactions to tiniest bit of fund is coming out. I'm just a little bit scared to get them sell the dollar right now, and it could easily pop up a bit. So I'm a bit rather. I'm still of the feeling a slightly stronger dollar could come through, and rather maybe selling Aussie some. I don't know. I'm not keen at the moment. There's just too many balls in the air for me to try and see what's going to happen on that one. I mean, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. It's probably good reasons for that. Put the stop down here. You can certainly get a stop down there, and you can certainly take it up to here, and you certainly get a risk reward will it get there. If you perceive going down the line, yeah. If you perceive want to speak Farley, Anna Marie, please let me know and I'll unmute. Okay. Because I like it when you do, you know, we interact better verbally. I'm not confident, but I take your point. There's a good reason. There's a good. Odds is doing quite well. It's good. It's good. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just a bit nervous of it. But if you do good, I'm not saying you're wrong. Anyone want to buy this? Like Farney and Pete thinks it's a bit oversold. Might be a bit of a bounce. There's a bit of resistance. It managed to break through. Don't have to listen to clap clap chicken here. Don't want. Okay. No, you're not wrong, Marius. You might do okay. The dollar's doing you a favor, but it's coming off a bit. Just watch it. Yes, a little bit careful. I'm sure you know anyway. Okay, anything else got written down? You've done the Brent, you've done those guys. Yeah, let's have a quick review on the NAS. As I was saying, short the rally, it seemed to be paying off. That's come off nicely after flirting around the 12-6 mark. We're not going to see 30,000 again. Well, sometime in the long future, but not the short term anyway. And that seems to have borne out, so that came off. So yeah, that means more to the point, your tech stocks should have reacted in the same vein. Apple, I just want to quickly find the Apple stuff. Here we are. Apple 152.15. So that's in a bit of a profit at the moment. Google hit the TP. Let's go straight to Google. Hit the TP. There you are, 94, and it got down to 93.73. So the guys, I don't know how many guys are in the Google trade. You should have hit your TP on it. Any guys do okay with the Google? Give a response on that. Be grateful. Anybody do okay? Anybody hit the Google? If you did, you should have done well on it. You should have hit the TP. I said a feedback on that. I could send a Dow Jones, of course I can. But I just want to see any feedback on that. The Google hit the TP, and we didn't send it out. I don't think, or did we? I don't think we sent it out to everyone else. Only for the TR guys. So anybody sitting here, hit the TP on Google. I need a response. Is that a no? Looks like a no. Did not take it. Okay, thanks, Anna Marie. Never seen more response. But that was a Google trade, a trading room trade to hit the TP. So that should have been good. Nike, I'm going to took Nike. I've got it written down, so somebody out there must have taken it. I wouldn't have written it down otherwise. You didn't take it out. Okay. Well, the trouble is a lot of people don't interact, and I don't know if they did it or not. Nike 124.50. So that's nearly $3 a share in profit. So those who took it, somebody must have done. Don't listen here now because it's written down. So clearly, I wouldn't mention it. Nobody took it. Pointless. Right. Oracle, we got it at 89. 89.10 to be precise. 86.45. So that's just nearly $3 a share in profit. That's okay. Microsoft, we didn't do it. Bit of a pity, actually, in retrospect. We didn't do it. Got a bit scared after our previous time at 272. Remember yesterday afternoon? We're looking at it, 272. It would be $9 a share up, actually, turns out. See how it opens. We might get a better price, and we can look at Microsoft. Well, we won't see. We don't have an afternoon session today. We can bounce up a little bit higher, and the NAS it's below 12.5. You get a slightly better price. You could surely by now you've got learned enough to work out your risk reward, and then maybe take Microsoft in short. And to do okay with that one. We've got about 3 or 4 on the Microsoft the last couple of months, and one went all right, the other ones went well. So, you know, it's done pretty good on shorting. So give that an opportunity for you later on, see how it opens. Schwab were out, so there's no point going on with that one. AUDJPY was a trade I think we still got open. It opened at 91 as a buy. AUDJPY. Well, I hope you stopped out in the profit because that's the side of, oh, the Japanese yen. That's what happened. Yeah, obviously, thanks for putting my attention finally. Obviously, some fundamentals come out. I'm not quite sure what it is, we'll probably find out just now. That's clearly a fundamental. No, right. So anybody in AUDJPY should have moved their stop. They were nicely in profit. Anyone in the TR should have done. I think it's a TR trade anyway. Should have moved the stop, should have protected. So nobody should have lost on that trade. Well, I'm sorry, it's their fault. Yeah. HPQ, what's that mean? No, we'll be going long on temp, we know. We got a short trade on S&P 15. I think it's doing okay at the moment. We'll get another one. What's sorry, Carol, what's HPQ? Oh, Hewlett Packard. I thought you meant some surely about higher percentage qualification or something. Some kind of shit. Is it on here? HPQ, don't think it is. Q dot. No preference shares. You got a P on it. Take the one with a no P. I think it's been taken off the system. Okay, HPQ. Wow, that's a 15-minute. Just check. Yeah, essentially, it's come down through resistance. So might get a bit of a bounce up here. If we get a bounce, maybe back up to 30-ish, send it down. I'm not in favor of buying any bloody thing at the moment. It's you know, the reason why I've discussed many times. Around about the 30-buck mark, yeah, it's about 30 around here. If it bounces there on opening, stop up here, maybe a bit higher. It's only $1 stop. Oh, of course, it's only a 30-buck share, isn't it? Stop up there, maybe a little bit higher, maybe 31.20. So it wasn't there since anyway. The last time it was there was back in 31.20. That is 31st of August. That's about what, 5.5 months ago. So yeah, if we can get it 30, I totally agree with you. And it'd be nice because then we can get it. How far is 30 anyway? Just there. That's what, $1.60 odd. Take it down. Oh, I'll stop doing this to me. $1.60. We've got to look at amounts. It's not going to work. Hang on. That's your problem. You've got to take the TP down here to make it work. If you round about this level, you can make it work. I won't get a risk reward. Just drop the get through this guy and this guy. That's your only problem. Unless you put a tighter stop. That's your choice. But I see the potential there. Absolutely. Oh, so, hey, yeah, wake up, Roger. Thank you, dickhead. Beg your pardon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry. I need you guys. I need you. 30. We're going to get 30. It's about there. 30 to this guy here. That's only $1. From 30 down to here. It's $1.80. Yeah. Then in fact, you can take it down to there, make it work. Thank you. That's that marketing, quite right. There, we can definitely get 100% get a decent risk reward. I like it, but not at this price at 30. If it's ship sold, it's ship sold on opening. Check it. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I like it. 30. Down if you like. You can't use the calculator to share. Remember, make it 31.25 as a stop loss, and then if you should get a risk reward down here at 28.34. Maybe not 1 cent. No, make it down here to be safe. Make it 27.80 as your TP. 31.25 and 27.80 as your TP. There you are. If you can get it, it's up to you to check it out before. If you're not in Forest, the Cape Verdean guys. You want to see what the working guy does in Cape Town the old days? About 2, 3, 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon. No point going to the office. You go to Forest. Foresters Arms in Newlands. Yeah, it's for all the hard-working South Africans on a Friday afternoon. Well, sorry, hard-working Cape Townians. Okay, where are we now? Okay, so thank you, sir, HPC. Thank you very much. So I've gone through the other ones we've got out. I think we're all out of the GBP CHF now. NZD CHF seems to be giving us some jip. It's slightly in profit, but we've stuck in there for a couple of days now. I think 2 or 3 days, and it's going a little bit sideways. Not really losing out. It's not happening. All right. Okay, Dirk, no problem. Sorry about that. Quite right. I know you know this, but I need to repeat it for everybody. The Dow, do not do it on small accounts. Okay, do not. Remember, I say specification. Click on it, right click. Let's click on specification, contract size 10. Same as gold, but gold's 1,800. This is 34,000. Massive difference. So you've got to know that. Okay. The spread is 100 points. We're not after points, we're after pips. So it's 10 pips spread. Take that into account, and then you know what your margin is, because it tells you there. Okay. So you know what your leverage is. So I'd say really 10, but even maybe squeeze 8,000. If you're below that, you're doing prudent equity management, you're going to be overexposed. Going on that, never mind what your leverage is. Okay. Coming down, it's bouncing. It's still in the buy zone. We might still get a bounce. Be more comfortable selling it down there. It might be a bounce. So if you get it up these sort of levels, sell it down. But here, I'd rather see a confirmed break before I get cute on it. That's my take. I'll go to S&P in a moment. Trade out that. Hang 5 for a second. That's my take. Are you happy with that or not happy? Well, it's up to you. It could be a buy up there. I hear you. It could be a buy up there. There's a possibility of a buy up there. Could have a bit of a jump. It's come off quite a bit yesterday. You might have a sort of profit-taking jump, etc. The dollar's come off quite a bit in the last couple of hours. If that's sustained, could get a jump. Stop down there with about 230 pips stop, and you can then take it up here with about in the region of about 500 pip TP. So you'll definitely get your risk reward. You happy with that? Where are we now? Down there. Make it 341. Yeah, just got risk reward. It's going to steady around a micro. So you can squeeze that with 6 grand or more. 6 grand or more, making sure you've got enough free margin. 6 grand, you've got 5 open trades. You don't have enough free margin. Don't forget that. Yeah. Now, as having changed your mind in the S&P now. We've got a short out. It's the only problem with the S&P. We have a short out at the moment. Been going for a while, I know that. We've still got a short out. So we're contradicting a bit if you say along. But if you're not in the short, you do what you like. But if you're in the short, stick with it. Don't suddenly jump out and then whatever. The short we got in a few days ago, I think we're about 40 pips actually in the downside. I can't remember. It was several days ago. Somewhere stashed on this power paper here. But there's a good chance of a bit of a bounce. It's clearly still in the strong zone. We could get an oversold bounce. The overall market, as you well know, I'm looking downside. I'm more in favor of selling the rally than even though it's in a strong zone. I get that. Personally, my take is still sell the rally, but technically speaking, bounce up here is not out of the question. Maybe it's quite aggressive, where you take maybe a 90 pip TP and maybe a quick, that's too tight. Maybe around about a 50 pip stop if you want to do an aggressive trade. But that's pretty aggressive. But I'd rather personally short the rally, but if you want an aggressive trade, 10 bits, not a bad idea. Anyone do that aggressive trade is not already in the short. Well, I suppose you could do, and then you sort of partially hedge from that point of view. That's not a bad idea. If you let the short run and maybe get a bounce by buying it, but if it still comes off, then your hedge is going to work against you. But it's a thought. Yeah. Hey, we've got Yolanda joining us. How's it, Yolanda? Rules of the trading room is you got to join in. So what's your view, Yolanda? She works, I know Yolanda well, so I'm teasing a little bit there. So what do you think, guys? Even though you got a short and take a long, or if you haven't got a short, you want to do the long, very, very aggressive. You need a tight stop. You might have to take a slightly wider TP, in fact. If you the stop's too tight. 50 is fairly tight. But it's up to you. Do you want to do it or leave it alone? Cheers now, Tommy. What do you want to do? Should we leave it? What do you want to do? You can do it for the long. Anyone want to join Tembi for the long? Put the figures up if you want to. I'm saying I'm probably not going to hurt, but not saying that's wrong. Maybe put the stop down. We need to have it slightly more out of the way than that. Was the statistics here. 40.35. I'm not sure we get a risk reward. Let's have a look. You're gonna have to put the TP up here somewhere. 41.60. Try that. I think we'll make it there. I'm pretty sure we will, in fact. Nope. You're gonna have to take a TP higher. You get too cute. You have to do that. Yeah, good to have you back there, Yolanda. Yeah. You know quite a bit of stuff. You're pretty good. Your knowledge is quite good. The other things you need to come along, eh? Oh, it's Vedna. Thoughts about Yolanda Zaladla. She works for, I thought it was Yolanda Yodis, I call her, who works for Food Trade. Okay. Oh, I see, says Vedna. Okay, no problem. Right, well, if it's your first trade, Vedna, you mentioned, I wouldn't try this one, first trade, no, leave it. But you've got enough Tom anyway. But yeah, well, you might, yes, just might have enough to squeeze it, but I think it's a bit aggressive to start off with. The first trade, you're obviously a bit nervous, rather just wait for a little bit. Another one. If you took the gold, you'd have done okay. I hope you took the gold. If you took the gold, you'd be doing just nicely. Gold was the better one to start off with. Anyway, anyone want to join Tembi on this one? Aggressive. Bear your tiger trading teeth here. Anyone join him? Nobody? Because I won't write it down if nobody wants to join him. Bearing in mind to say we've got a short out for a moment anyway. No? Dollar rand. Those who took the dollar rand did all right. Hit the TP. Not sure I'll be chasing it now. It's trying to move up a bit, but a bit of dollar weakness is coming in on that one. So I won't be chasing it here. Yeah, to me, if you can afford it, you understand that it's an exotic, you understand higher deposit, higher costs. That being said, the profit are made up for it if you can afford it. Clearly, I'm a buy the pullbacks on this one. Wouldn't chase it now, but certainly wouldn't go short on it. Buy the pullbacks. Yeah, that's more like it. Around about 17.5. Yeah. Agreed. If that comes back to 17 again, there's got to be some phenomenally good stuff coming out on the Sonos speech and Eskom, which I didn't really see all that great myself. A lot of big talk. sound like things, the stuff comes out, sounds great, but in actual fact, they still haven't dealt with the real problem behind it. They're too scared because it's pretty draconian what needs to be done. We all know it, but to actually do it, you've practically got to be the dictator to do it. It takes a lot of nerve. But anyway, that being as it may, to me, it's still buy the pullbacks. Look, I'm going to be honest there, Bender. I'm not keen on people trading on demos. There's a very good reason why. It gives them it does worse. It does damage. It gives them a false sense of security. It's psychological kidology. If a guy is too scared to go live, then they should pack it in, to be honest. It's an excuse by going into simulator. If you're scared to drive a car, you're trying to kid yourself to go into simulator all the time. It's not, because unless you get the experience of where it's real cars can really crack into you, sort of thing, and you're too scared, you're not going to be suddenly less scared. You get more tuned to the mentally free, no pressure, because it's all fake money demo, and you come more and more putting it off, more and more scared as the more you trade in the demo, and then you do get out the demo, and your first trade does happen to go wrong, which people like quite well do, and now you're so petrified you never do it again. The demo is purely there to know how to operate the platform and to try out maybe a new strategy. Most demos go forever. We try to limit to 30 days, because too many guys just wasting their time, never mind ours, on a demo, and quite frankly, wasting my time asking me advice on a demo. And I'm busy. I can't have time to check the accounts, so give me the advice, find after the demo. And I've just wasted my time. I'm a busy guy. It's just kidology. If you're too scared to go live, then you've got to be honest with yourself and say, it's not for me. You've got to, number two, as I said before, number one, have the knowledge, have the equipment, and have the funds. Number two, you've got to be able to say, can I afford to lose? If you can't afford to lose, you can't do the business. There's no such thing as a risk-free trade. If you can't afford to take the risk, forget the reward, you can't do it. But to kid yourself in a demo, you learn nothing. Demos teach you worse than nothing. The thing is psychology of taking that pressure. You'll hang on to that demo trade no matter what. It's no worries. You wouldn't be hanging on. Let's say you made 1,000 rand on the demo. You wouldn't have done it live. You'd taken that profit beforehand because the nerves would have been too much. So I'm sorry. No, forget demos. This is, in fact, I'd like to have some sort of way where no guy in a trading comes to demo, because they're wasting their time, never mind ours. Must be alive, funded, properly funded, above 500, preferably a little bit more, a lot more in fact, if we do it, and then we can do the job properly. It holds everybody up, takes time up, and it's like driving around in circles. It's not fruitful for the business, it's not fruitful for the client. Okay. But don't do this one. The goal you should have done. You can't do it now. The ship has sailed. You just pull back. No, that ship's definitely sailed. Absolutely, definitely sailed. So don't do it now if you missed it. I try to be in here. I try to be. I've got to obviously look after my position here with the company, and obviously I'm prejudiced on benefits of the company. I'm not going to work for old Lucia and say, by the way, guys, go and buy Live Your Life. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. But I try to be fair. And not trying to catch some of the BS that people are picking up on some of the social media. Social media going for fun. Trying to get some of the BS out, trying to get it as right. Okay. Where were we? Anything else to check? The Dow again. You want to go back to the Dow, Carol? What do you want to do with the Dow? Did you want to take a buy on it? Where is it now? Lost my bloody A, B, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. I'm in my alphabet. That's a 15-minute, not much happening. I don't know if you want to do it. Anyone discuss the Dow? We made that point earlier on. Give it risk reward if you want it, can afford it. Okay. Anything I've missed? Anything you want to discuss? While you're doing that, I'm just thinking of that. I'm just going to post the economic calendar. So I'm pretty sure not everyone's got it, so I'll post it anyway. It doesn't take 2 seconds. And please, if I post it, don't say afterwards, I didn't know that. Well, there's no point in posting it if you don't copy, save it, and have it minimized so you can refer to it. That's the whole idea of having it. Now, the client will come back and take the mickey out of me and say, well, you've got it every day, and you're always getting on about it, and you forgot about the pound at 9 o'clock. But yeah, I'm old enough to have my leg pulled, and you'd be quite right. But try to remember it's there and have it minimized. Here you are, the DXY or the dollar index. Okay, NAS for a sell. Anything else to put in? Yeah, I'll come back to my name of that. NAS for a sell, a little bit higher up and get it. Might be a bit of a bounce, not sure. I prefer selling it personally near about 12.5 around about these levels. If you can there, but I want the stop out the way. Don't want the stop below there. So you're gonna have to put the stop right out the way, maybe 12.9. So you're going to about 12.6, it's 300 or 30 US dollars a micro. That's a lot. You might squeeze there if you're pushing it a bit, slightly tighter stop, but not less than 200, like I said in my weekly analysis. But I'm not sure if we can get a bit of a better price near the 500 and maybe another breakdown here. I put the TP anyway at 12,000. But if you're going to chase it now, 200, 587 is too close. I prefer to have the stop at least 12.7, which means now you've got a 315, which is $31, which is about a 550, 580 random micro risk, which you might be a little bit unacceptable per micro, that is. But you're getting some recovery at the moment on the dollar, which is going to be negative on the NAS, so maybe. But just bear that in mind. Okay, fine. Why do you think about that? Just a second loop. Okay. Right. Have a lovely weekend, Coney. Good enough on it for a sell. Speak to Anna Marie on that one. Okay. FTSE. What about you, Anna Marie? Do you want to do a sell on this one? So this is to Anna Marie, like N gases to the Barney market. That. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, afraid to say, I hate to say it. I still agree with it. Yeah, I still agree with the sell. Still the weekly. Scrunch it a bit more. Bloody hell. Let's go to a monthly. We'll wait half an hour for information, I suppose. Go back. I've come all the time. I've got patience, to be honest. Get this out of the way. Bloody high, not sure. Good point, by the way. Just go back to the pound again. I can't see this continue to go up with the pound getting weak, although our share market's gone up pretty on South Africa for the week around. But yeah, I think this is seriously overcooked. It'd be nice if it comes up quickly, you're on board for a big quick back fall, eh? But yeah, down there, down here, so we've plenty of downside potential on this one, yeah. I'm afraid I agree. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Anna Marie, I don't blame you, but I'm afraid I do. Despite it's in the buy zone, it's taken out in the sky here. I just don't see that being sustained. Yeah, I agree. Honest. Let's have a look at the fundies this afternoon. We've got, let's get this guy out of the way, the advert. We've got 3:30 Canada and we've got 12 o'clock Europe. That's just some leaders summit. Don't worry about that. Employment change to Canada isn't much different, so won't worry about that. You're fairly free from now on. Just a pound to worry. Okay. So yeah, I'll be honest. Who put the foots here? I have to say I quite like it. NK. I do quite like it actually. As long as you've got enough money to do it, NK. Make sure you've got enough free margin, but I do like it. Or in Cozy. Yeah, stop up here somewhere. Anyone like it? Because I'm afraid I agree. If you do, I'll put a calculator up. $15 minutes doesn't take ever long. Thank you very much. Hovering. That's hovering. I'm more about that. Okay, where do we put the stop again? Let's see. Get this right first. Is that the same on the weekly? Maybe a little bit about that. Maybe just a touch of that. Too tight. A little bit there. TP down here. Too far. $78. See how that works. It's not going to work, is it? Make it a bit lower. Hang on, scrunch it a bit more to get something better. Yeah, get it down there. In fact, we even take it down here. 76.70, call it. Make it 77. There we are. Yeah, that's probably risk reward. 190 bucks a micro. If you want a slightly tighter stop to make it a bit more affordable to get a bigger position, you can do. I'll put it a little bit far out the way, can maybe a little bit tighter if you want, but there you are. I'm not quite sure you move that question, Vedna, but come back. What's status, what's funded? I'll leave you to explain that, Harald. Is it? Why haven't I got that down? Oh, it's to 2 stars, I guess why. Well, that shouldn't be too much of a problem, but it's there, but it wouldn't be mentioned if it wasn't. But I mean, I shouldn't be a bit major problem. It's economic fundamentals. Everyone calls it fundies, just short, like you call Zachariah Zach. No more, no less. Economic fundamentals. News comes out saying there's going to be the non-farm payrolls or consumer price index or the GDP, gross domestic product, things like that. Consumer price index. And they are, you've got to know those. That's why I haven't, I just posted it. Hope you've got it so you can keep an eye on it. Especially the US ones. You don't go to the dollar just before a CPI or a non-farms comes down. You might get lucky, but you might not. Okay. Anyone want to do this, by the way? I only write down for at least 2 people, preferably more, actually want to do it. Right. Anyone going to join Farney? You got my backing, Farney, if that helps at all, guys, if you're on the fence. Watching is not going in. So anybody else? I need to know going in, and not in the demo, guys. I could say it if you like, I don't know. But I prefer to be honest and go in real money. Anybody? Give you a couple more moments as you make your mind up. This is the whole point of trading, trying to get decent signals. I think this is a reasonably good one. Fair enough. Anybody out there like it? Apart from Farney? Okay, come on. You're going in. Liking means not I like it. I like all sorts of things, but you're going in. That takes you going in. All right. Okay, so go in. You can put the stop loss at 7972, not around that 0.5. That's irrelevant. Okay. Okay, thanks. You're in that's good enough. We've got it written down. I'm sure I've got the wrong sheet here, so it's going to be a second here. Okay. Right. So you got that. Can I knock it off now? Okay. It's just come back to me about the level of GBP, so I'm going to check that out now. Euro GBP. All right, add it down here, so I'll just copy that off. Euro GBP, where the hell is it there? Put down on a piece of paper to get. Okay, yeah, okay. Stop loss. Make it 0.0 on this one. 0.8978. That's good enough. All right. Okay, just bear with me on this. Okay, done. Okay, I'll try the FTSE, might like it because it's affordable. I'm just going to try the FTSE. Put that in again. Just going to post that. They want it. They might want it. 7972. That's come up the same, same time. No problem, sir. So it's really good stuff. Thanks for that. Okay, let's get this out of the way now. Yeah, what was that? Eurocad. Yeah, just presumably for a sell on this one, yeah. So let's have a look. Right, before we go any further, that looks like a sell, guys. So what do you think my negative would be on that one? Give you a hint. Do you mean Gerard? You with me? The lack of follow through. You're going to sell that. You've got to have a stop up the way here somewhere, preferably here. Yeah, 90 pips stop. And then you've got to take it down here. Hasn't broken through yet. Now look at this. That's down there. Now you look at 90 pips. You look at least about 150. And yeah, you can get it down to there. When it was it there? 6th of January. We're talking a month. You know, do you want to be stuck? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you might be stuck in this for a month. You see my point? So yeah, I agree with the sell. The only thing that's holding me back on that is just absolutely sod all action. I don't think anybody there, let's be honest, wants to be stuck in the trade. The ideal you go to trade is to buy there and then out a couple of hours later and hit your TP. Doesn't happen very often. That's the ideal. But I don't think many people can put their hand up and say, right, I'm going this now. I'll let it wander around and meander around, take up my margin, haven't got much free margin there. What the heck? I don't mind sitting around and have nothing happening for a month. No. Too damn slow. That's the reason I'm not for it. But otherwise, technically speaking, I agree. Okay, likes the levels on it. Go back to FTSE. Whose idea is this actually? Because it wasn't mine. So see, these trade ideas want to make mine. Not tell everyone that. Position properly. 7-7. You have to bear with me again. Sorry about this, guys. The ones who understand basic arithmetic, why is it necessary? You've got the risk for micro. What else do you need? What's this now? 727972. That's not right. That's my writing, isn't it? 77. 7700. I thought so. Risk reward. See, risk reward 8 to 1. You know your figures are wrong. So just check that always. Okay, that's fine. Right. What's it? Two. Why can't they do it themselves? God, it takes up time. Where I lost the bloody thread now. Key thing. Ah, for God's sake. So he wants all levels. I know that, but I'm not starting trading. You could do this. 161. Is that right? Yeah. Where are we? Okay. Complete loss of the thread. I've been faffing around. DDD gold, got that. Euro GBP, got that. So that's fine. All right. Yeah. Brent shot up. Good stuff. Thank you for that. Oh, there you go. Where's our TP on Brent? Got funny paperwork. You might need to help me out. About 87 something or other, wasn't it? Where's the TP on Brent? 87.80. Marvelous. Marvelous. Good stuff. Yeah, I should have thought of that. Still be factoring on paperwork there, the rest of it. It's pushing 87.80 ice rack, push it up there, didn't I? You might get a bit of noise here. Just be careful around 86.50. If it comes off, it might be worth taking it. Certainly put your stop up in the meantime. See if we get that 87.80 up here somewhere. But yeah, now you can modify. You got to stop at 82. Clearly, that's not good now. Put up your stop to 84. Put your stop loss up, guys, to 84. And now you're in a nice profit, whatever happens, and squeeze it. If it can't break through the 100-day moving average, might be worth taking it. If it breaks through, move your stop to 85 and see if you can get to the TP. That's it. Oh my goodness. I think a couple of guys actually are in it, so that's good news for them. Not much, 250, still below our 2 months on the 2 years ago entry, 2.75. Okay, anyway, whatever. Okay, that's good stuff. Let's have a look at a couple we've got out today. The gold's still doing okay as far as I can see. Okay, gold's still doing fine at 1870 odd, so we're doing fine on that. I don't know what price you guys got into. It might be a little early to move your stop to entry, but you can certainly reduce risk if you want. If you want, maybe reduce risk. I don't know what the stop loss, I can't remember now. I'll check in a moment, but maybe you can put it up to 1850 as your stop. But if that starts hovering above 1817 holds, let's just check something here. Yeah, the dollar's strengthening a little bit. If it starts strengthening more, and that starts going above 1870, so 1872, 1873, then maybe you can start getting your stop up to your entry, which should be around about 1860 on March, 1862. Okay, and then maybe $1 above to cover your costs, something like that, and then see if we can ride this towards the TP. Okay, so gold is doing nicely. Let's see, we've done Euro GBP. Is anything happening on that one? we've got a buy on this one. It's actually come off a bit. Wonder why that is. The euro should be stronger than the pound after that stuff's come out. But not, you see, this is why the market can be a bit strange. You get bad news on the pound, and it strengthens a little bit. It can't be something to do with inflation, interest rate. You can't put the money interest rate. That will make the GDP even worse. I don't know. Anyway, what do we get? 88.60 or whatever. Let me see. There's some fast asleep traders out there haven't reacted to the fundy yet. Millions of guys don't come to our trading room, so they don't know what's going on with these guys. Okay, right. Anything else you want to revisit? Gold's doing okay. We just set before see this one we looked at. Let's go back to the dollar yen. That's obviously stopped us. Yeah, get right down here in the end. That was obviously a fundamental of some sort, but that's going to be sustained or not, I do not know. Okay, NZDCHF, that's been dragging along. Still a bit of profit, but hey, talk about slow, right? Hell of a slow. Release in profit. Now, the last two would have gone out to the VIP on top. So everyone got the gold, and the VIP would have got the latter two. And anyone on the trading took them. Well, that's up to you. Okay, right. Anything else you want me to cover? Anything you want to go back on? Anything you think was looking a bit better, anything to modify on, or anything I'll discuss going into it's nearly 11 o'clock going to the close? Remember, no afternoon session. We've got CPI Tuesday next week, and I'll be back on Monday, obviously, in the morning as usual. All things being equal. Yeah, so yeah. Anything you want to quick revisit before you all say have a nice weekend? All good then. Okay, guys. Great to have you. And those who obviously can make it Monday, as I posted on the group. If you can't make it, you want to access the trading room, you can go to the portal, go scroll to social media. It's on YouTube, the recorded article. Okay. Thanks, Fonny, and hope you benefit out of it. I feel I have. I think we all have. And you're learning stuff as well as getting some trade ideas and starting to progress. Okay. Have a great time. Thanks, guys. And don't forget, if you want to get the right side of me, put something on, I don't know, hello Peter, or the captain will say how bloody wonderful I am. Not that I'm fishing. Cheers. Not how bad I am, that's no. Cheers, guys.